itchy foot. Right. I don't know if this is going to be a quick one or a long one. I'm okay with it being a long one, but I will be outside of my streaming window. My beard is all tangled up. Yeah, my beard is all Really? So I've not been back long, so I've only just noticed there's a huge spiderweb complex. Just like literally from here all the way to like just off screen, just like here. Oh, just because of this cable is here, it's provided a anchor for them. Anyway. Right, I'm back. I'm back. I'll get to why my beard is all tangled up. I'll just do that real quick now. So my beard is all tangled up because I went to the pool party and I haven't been able to shower since I got back from the pool party because the towels were not replaced in my room, and I used the towel from my room to take with me to the pool party to use as a towel for that. And somebody stole my other towel. But well, I was staying with like 5 people, so like we all had to bring all of the towels that we had in the room, and yeah, we stayed in a big room that was like it was basically an apartment. We basically hired an apartment because there were like 6 of us, so it was easier to spread the cost around and stuff. Anyway, yeah, that's why my beard is all tangled up and it's uneven looking right now. But once I have a shower, it will be better. It's also looking like bigger, but I think that's just because it's poofier. Because I've been taking on and off like my sweater and my hoodie basically. Ugh. The thing. I just wanna moan just real quick moaning. Because of my random hormonal condition, I have yeah, I have like high testosterone sometimes. I have low testosterone some other times as well. But yeah, I make a lot of different hormones sometimes, and it's really frustrating sometimes because the whole, you know, well, there's lots of bad stuff that they don't tell you about if you've got high testosterone. Lots of people talk about like the effects of low testosterone on people. Not many people talk about the effects of high testosterone. High testosterone is actually really bad for you. It raises your blood pressure. It can cause heart problems. For example, it can increase the size of your adrenal gland, your adrenaline. You know, so so your body kind of overreacts to you being stressed or surprised. And also, it makes your fingernails grow really quickly sometimes. And me not being able to masturbate, and also being around a bunch of guys that I really like, both am attracted to, and also just am super good friends with, and all of the hugs and all of the kind of like boisterous fun that we get, or get not sexual boisterous fun and stuff like that. It kind of, I was already having a high testosterone moment, and then I went to Bear Bash, and there's beer, and there's like really good food, and there's like um yeah, also, yes, it makes your hair grow, but because it makes your hair grow faster than usual, it also kills off a bunch of like the hair producing cells, and like that part of your epidermis and stuff like that as well. So it can lead to baldness in places as well. Fortunately, uh, my genetics dictate that I'm not going to go bald until I'm at least in my 50s. Basically, all of the men in my family, both on both sides, like didn't turn grey and didn't go bald for way into like their 50s. Basically, my dad, when he passed away, was around about 60, 70. In between those two, I don't know. But he basically had a tiny bald spot just there, and he had high testosterone. So yeah, there's that. Both my grandparents, my grandfathers, like they, one is living, and like he has not gone bald. He's gone grey, not white. He's just gone grey, and my other one that has passed away, like when he passed away, he was in his I want to say in his 80s or 90s, and he wasn't bald. He had a larger balder spot than my father did, but he wasn't bald. He wasn't balding. And he still had some of his original hair color. So yeah, there's a male mosquito that is just flying around my office. Anyway, yeah, but one of the things that's irritating me at the moment is the fact that basically I cut my nails just before I left for Bear Bash, and they're already like super long. And this one, by the way, they look dirty. It's fluff. I've got fluff under them from my hoodie, my grey hoodie, because I keep taking it off and putting it back on again, and it just gets caught under your nails. I keep having to do this to try to get it out of my nails, but it's just fluff. Just it's annoying. So yeah, the low T is not as bad as you think compared to extremely high T. It's just yeah. And it's annoying because your fingernails sometimes break, and that can really hurt if it basically breaks and cracks all the way down into the. Yeah, it's horrible. It's annoying, and it's already happening to this now, and it's. Oh. Yeah, you also get like irrationally angry at nothing. Yeah, I've lived with it all my life, so I'm lucky. I don't really get irrationally angry at like most things. I do, but I can suppress it. I use the Vulcan techniques of suppressing my emotions. So yeah. And by the way, it's not like I'm suppressing anger and rage. It's not like that. It's basically like I suppress it and then I sort through it later. You know, I'm in therapy. Okay, give me a break. I'm okay. I'm okay. Anyway, right, the report. The report. So one of the things I'm going to be doing in this live stream is hunting down pictures, because like I don't I didn't take many pictures. I took a few videos, and that was it. You know, I took a few I took a few videos. That's how I basically take pictures of myself anyway. Um, and I tend not to take many pictures just around. I mostly just take pictures of myself so that I can, like, use them for my various, like, social media stuff and everything. It has nothing to do with vanity at all. I swear to God. The reason why I take videos, by the way, is because I don't even think I take a good picture of myself. And with the video, I can always just like scroll through the video and take screenshots to see if I can get the best looks and stuff. At least I think the best looks. I don't like doing it, but it's just one of those things that you have to do if you are on online presence and people want pictures of you. Anyway, I'm going to go through what happened as well, and yeah, it's going to be just a talky one, just like mostly just a talky one. About me explaining what's been happening. I don't mind like talking to the chat and everything. Hi Don. I don't think I said hi Don yet. I think I did, but I don't know. Anyway, right. So this year I stepped back from doing the piggy picnics and the hog the whole hog buffet thing. I stepped back completely when I was there, but like going to the event, I already knew that I was basically like handing over the buffet this year. to somebody else, and that's completely fine. And they kind of, from what I understand, they kind of fucked it up. But I'm not going to go into that. I'm not going to go into that. This isn't about like like dissing somebody who kind of deserves it. I I kept hearing lots and lots of bad shit about this person, and you know, like lots of bad shit that they were doing at the event that just was just irritating the crap out of me. But I was just like, it's not my problem. I'm not. It's not my problem this year. I'm not dealing with it. It's fine. Um. Anyway, yeah. I just mainly focused on like the piggy picnics, which like didn't really happen. It was basically just me in the park, just chilling essentially. Occasionally with like a couple of pizzas from the the local fast food place, because they do pizzas and chicken, and they were really good. They're always very good. I don't understand why people make fun of this place, but if you go to Bear Bash in Manchester, McTucky's is always open. The staff are incredibly friendly. They gave my friend a free drink. I have no idea why he did this. He gave my friend a free drink, and he gave him free dips and everything. It was like um, it was weird. Uh, but I was like, is he hitting on him? But I know everybody that works there is straight, so I didn't understand what was going on. I think they just are super friendly there. I think they make enough money there that essentially nobody cares, especially on Bear Bash. Mostly big fat guys that like fried food. Like fast food. Then yeah, I guess they make enough money to basically just be nice to everybody, because everybody is kind of already nice. The bear community is always super nice to fast food workers. So yeah, I've never heard anybody like moaning about like the bad customer service. Mostly I hear like anecdotes about people who are like um uh you know they say that the food is actually kind of like is a bit rubbish, but it's convenient, and all that stuff. Or they say that like at one year they had like food poisoning or something. However, I've never basically witnessed anybody basically, is like stuck in their room because they got food poisoning from McTucky's. I never understood that. So this is an advertisement, I guess, for McTucky's. It's on Canal Street. It's really good. It's on the intersection bridge, almost, of it's like of the Rem, and Sackville Gardens, the park, and that big apartment block. I can't remember what that apartment block. It's basically in the intersection. There's a bridge and there's a road that goes over the bridge, and yeah. So yeah, it's on Canal Street. It's really good. I highly recommend it. I don't understand why people say that the food is rubbish, but the service is really good, and it's cheap, and it's convenient. It's right on Canal Street, so that makes sense. But again, I would never say that the food there is bad. I don't know what anybody's talking about if they're saying that the food is rubbish. It is fast food, so maybe people's standards are just a bit too high for fast food, I guess. I don't know. But I've never had anything bad from them, ever. Never had anything bad from them. I will say that the pizza is delicious. It's very greasy. It's very salty, but like it's delicious. It's still really good. It's still really good pizza. You know, it's like, yeah, it's really good. They do really good pizza there. The chicken isn't greasy and is usually still very moist. It's always very good, well cooked. I've again never witnessed anybody be having food poisoning from this place. I've never had a funny tummy after this either. McTucky's is really good. I highly recommend it. Anyway, yeah, basically for the piggy picnic times, I went to the park, and it's the piggy picnic times are usually like every day, in between the official events when nothing's happening, um, like during lunchtime, during the lunch times. So like it's usually around about like 1:30 to 2, or like you know, it's just like half an hour or an hour in between like a couple of events every day. And that's when I would go to the park and just like chill and like get something from Kentucky's, go to the park, chill, have that. Usually with like one of my friends or somebody that turns up for the piggy picnic, but usually not many people turned up for this, and like I've kind of accepted that, especially since like I wasn't doing the buffet this year. Like a lot of people come for information about the buffet, so this year I didn't get like many people showing up again, apart from friends who came with me or basically people who were already meeting me for something else. Not that. I will say that usually, you know, Bear Bash is not about the sex. I will say that usually Bear Bash is not about the sex. Like, I apart from the very beginning, I didn't really get any this weekend. So I was pretty good. You know, I had lots of fun. I had lots of play, but like no actual sex. You know, there was lots of rubbing and grinding but yeah. Um, but yeah, Bear Bash isn't all about the sex. You can go there for just the sex because they do have like you know, they have sauna days, or Americans you call them like bath houses. There's like a couple of like bathhouse days. Well, the bathhouse is basically open like throughout the entire event, but they've got like special discounts for Bear Bash, and it's in the program that you can go to the sauna um, at the specific time for free when you sign up to go to Bear Bash. So yeah, there's that. I need a drink. I don't have a glass in my office, so I've just been drinking out the bowl. So anyway, yeah, the stuff that I did. Yeah, the piggy picnics. I went and did the piggy picnics. Those are very nice. And the big event that I basically focused on was the cigar socials, because this year they went all out to promote these things, and we are very grateful. Me and my buddy Aaron, who basically like started the cigar socials. Um, we basically like were incredibly well accommodated, and that is basically thanks to my buddy Moody Bear, who is the guy who does the t-shirts, but also he's one of the like chairman on the Bear Bash committee, the people who actually run Bear Bash. I didn't know this, by the way. I just thought that Moody Bear was like was just like a really good helper. You know, he was on the committee, but he wasn't like the chairman, the guy that's running Bear Bash. I didn't know that at all. It's like him and one other guy that's basically running the whole show, and I didn't know that at all. But like Moody's been he's been one of my best friends, Like you know, one of the reasons why he's not my bestest friend is because he's so busy all the time. But yeah, he's been one of my best friends for a long time, and like we've known each other for a while, and I always buy his, like every year I buy his products. I buy at least one t-shirt from him a year. I usually buy like at least two, because I buy something from him for Christmas, either for myself or for Damon, and I also buy something just before Bear Bash, because like I don't have to pay for postage usually when it comes to Bear Bash, because you know, I'll order something from him and then I'll see him at the event and then he'll just give it to me, so I don't have to pay for like postage for that. But yeah, anyway, Moody Bear, super duper thanks to that guy. Super, he's just so awesome. He's just so sweet. He gave me food. He gave me lots of food. I'm really always appreciative of anybody that gives me food. And oh my god, he gave me lots of food. Today he gave me food. Like, he made sure that I was nice and full up. I'll get to today in a bit. But yeah, he basically promoted the cigar socials actually on the page, and also on the main event booklet kind of thing, including directions of where to go to it at its new venue, which is actually really good, and also going to possibly be this might be some insider trading kind of talk, but um it's rumored and it's like hoped that the bar that's connected to the venue that we actually did the cigar social at is going to be the main bar. It's going to be the main place where they set up all of the trading stalls and stuff. So basically, you have the main bar, you have all of the trading stalls because it's massive in that bar. um, like where you can get T-shirts, where you can get customized leather stuff. You can get like jock straps and like pin badges and like all sorts of stuff. The regular trading stalls that you get at bear events. You get all of this stuff, and then you go out into the terrace, and the cigar social is happening, and you can mill around with the guys that are wearing leather or whatever, you know. So yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. So the part one, the cigar social was split up into like three parts. There he is again. There are no girls in here. Sorry, male mosquitoes. They don't bite. That's why I'm not killing him right away, because I feel bad for them. Their only purpose is basically to be born, and then to go fuck, and then basically like die. And I'm just letting him fly around and have a good time. Hopefully, before he just passes away. um. Anyway, yeah, it's split up into like three parts. I have no idea how many parts they ended up being. To me, it was just like it was only three parts. But like Aaron kept thinking it was like, oh, this is part like seven maybe. But like my buddy Aaron just counted whenever he basically walked around with a cigar. I guess that was to him the cigar social as well. But on the Facebook page, basically it does explain that there's like there's going to be two main parts, and then one kind of like goodbye part. The end event part. So yeah. So there's that. By the way, Bear Bash consists of so many events, and I'm not going to go into all of them because I don't go to any of them really. I mainly go to the ones that I host and the ones that like seem interesting or that I'm free for. You know. So basically, the actual official parts of Bear Bash that I do are usually the ones that involve like the foodie stuff. So like they've got like breakfasts, they've got Sunday roasts. I don't think that was him. I think that was just a tiny bug. Um, they've got like Sunday roasts. They've got like free sausage sandwiches and bacon butties, which are basically just bacon rolls with like a bit of butter and bacon in them. Just in the lunch times when there's nothing happening at like one of the main bars, the Rem bar, and yeah, the Rembrandt. It's a really good bar. Anyway, I'll get to that place as well. Yeah. uh, and then there's a lot of clubby stuff that happens, and a lot of stuff that happens in very loud, loud pubs slash clubs. And the thing about those places is that I don't go into those places because I would die. My ears would bleed and I would die. It would just be bad. I didn't bring my earplugs this time, which was dumb of me because the second part of the cigar social, which I'm going to get to, I'm still going. The second part of the cigar social is held at the Eagle in Manchester, and it's just held just outside of the Eagle in Manchester, and you can hear the music. It vibrates the ground. It's that loud, It's held in, the Eagle is in the basement of this building, and just outside, the pavement is kind of like is shaking, is visibly shaking sometimes, and that's where I'm standing, and it's just yeah. Yeah, so the main cigar social, I'm just gonna go through it. I'm just gonna go through it. So the main cigar social was held on the Saturday at around about 4 o'clock. Although we were told that we should probably like take people from where the cigar social used to be. So basically, me and Aaron met up at the park with all the bits for the social, and we hung out there and waited for people to come there if anybody was looking for the cigar social, so we could take them to the new venue, which was just up the road. It was just up the road, so it wasn't like a huge trek or anything. So yeah, we met there. Like nobody turned up, so everybody already went to like directly to the cigar social. That's a lie, actually. I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah. Nobody turned up for that part, but like me and Aaron, we went to Thompson's, which is where it was held, and nobody was there. But then people started to show up, and it was really cool, and it gave me a chance to set up and everything. I bought donuts. I always bring food, and nobody eats the food. Mm. Sorry, Itchy's talking to me on Instagram, and it's like it's very distracting because I'm not on Instagram right now. Itchy, come to YouTube. Oh my god, this eye has been a bitch. Anyway, right. So I normally bring food and nobody eats the food. I bring like cupcakes or like muffins or donuts or something. This time everybody ate the donuts. I bought some Krispy Kreme donuts. I bought extras just in case because I thought that this year might be like a big turnout and stuff. And yeah, it was. And everybody ate the donuts. I had three. I did have some of them, but normally I kind of buy them as an excuse to just buy some donuts for my hotel room because like again, usually nobody eats them. I open them. I offer them around. Like maybe somebody eats one, you know, and then I take it back to the room. Like my buddy Sam wasn't there this year, and he usually is the guy that eats one or two of the like muffins or whatever I bring. And then I just take them back to the room when the event's over, so that I can have donuts whenever I want to, or muffins or whatever. But yeah, this time I bought two boxes of Krispy Kreme, and they were completely cleared out. Um, like not even the boxes remained at the end of it. It's just like the bar staff had actually taken the empty boxes away. It was just like I didn't even see that happen. It just they were on the table, then they weren't. So yeah, we held a giveaway. We always hold a giveaway now. Ever since last year's giveaway. We tested out the idea of basically having like a contest or something, but we couldn't really come up with like an actual contest idea. So it ended up being just a raffle instead, the cigar wrapper raffle, which is basically you write your name on a cigar wrapper and put it in a hat. I usually I bring my I usually have one or two outfits, and whatever hats that I have that I'm not wearing for that outfit for that day usually ends up being the bin where all of the wrappers go, so that we can basically pick out the one. So yeah. um so yeah, I laid out the prizes on the table, and the hat, and yeah, we were we were we got the yeah we did that. um and yeah, lots of people showed up. Lots of people showed up, including a few people that I was very surprised that showed up, and also was incredibly happy that they showed up. It was the best one. I will say this: this was the best one ever that I've ever hosted. This is the best cigar social that I've ever hosted. Like just yeah, I reconnected with a couple of old friends, and also um, I made some new friends, and I strengthened some connections as well. And it was just such a cool time. It was so cool. It was just so relaxing and cool, and it was just what I needed to get me out of my funk. I was having kind of a little bit of depression. I gotta say that. I mean, I'm always having a bit of depression, I guess, but like I was having a bit of a strong depression on Friday just before this happened, and I was just I kind of wanted to just go home after the first day, but like this really helped. I really wish that this was the whole event for me, because it was sad that when it was over, it was just so good, like seeing all of my buddies in one place, all of my buddies from the UK anyway, in one place, and meeting some new people as well. I met a really nice German guy, and uh, like I'm possibly going to see him for Oktoberfest. I don't think this year, but possibly next year. And oh my god, it's just so many possibilities opened up for me to this weekend, and I'm so grateful for that. Just yeah, that's so cool. But it all happened on this one event, so it was yeah, I was just super happy, you know, like Aaron. Hopefully Aaron was super happy as well. Moody Bear kept saying that he was going to show up, but he was too tired. So I understood, but Aaron was mortally offended. But yeah, hopefully, if Moody Bear gets the event, the the market event space at that bar, then he'll definitely be able to attend, because it will literally just be on the terrace. It'll just be right outside. So yeah, the terrace space was huge, by the way. So that was there was plenty of space for everybody to just mull around and everything. It was very busy. All the chairs were filled. You know, it was just really busy. It was good. So much talking. I keep getting dry mouth. Um, hey Roscoe. So yeah, that was part one. That was part one. Part two happened on the same night. Happened on the same day, but at night. So the cigar social was between 4 and 8, and cigar social leather edition, or cigar leather social, was part two, and that happened during the leather night at the Eagle. Um, so I managed to I got all of my leathers on, and I don't know if anybody's seen this video on Instagram. It's kind of hidden behind a picture from the Cigar Social Part One. But if you just swipe, or I guess from your perspective, if you just swipe that picture, then there's a video of me outside of the Eagle. Um, there's more people in this video. Well, there's more people at just off frame of this video, but basically there was a pretty good turnout for this as well, of me and my leathers, and just taking a quick video at the Cigar Social. It was really good. It was a really good one. It was a really good one. The That one in particular there was no highlights to this. It was literally just like us continuing our conversations from the Cigar Social Part One, but we were all wearing leather. And it was really good. It was really good. It was just it didn't last as long, and there were no donuts. But it was really good. Even if the pavement was vibrating, like I said, oh my god, it was just so much fun. It was so much fun. I felt really good in all of my leathers, and oh, it was great. The pictures, by the way, on Discord are from that video that I'm talking about. So yeah, I can't post the big videos on Discord. It won't let me. So yeah, I can post the really tiny quick videos, but that's it. So yeah. I can't think of anything else to say about that. It was just a really good time. It was just a really good time talking to friends, chilling, and standing up for a good 4 hours. um, yeah, I think I was out for longer than that. I think like even though it started at 8, like people had already started. People were already there because some people had left early so they can get changed to go to that particular event. It was kind of like just a like, yes, it was held by us, me and Aaron, but we had to stay at the first venue until the event was actually over so we could clean up and stuff. And then we went back to our rooms, got leather and stuff on, and then there was a bunch of like waiting around for a couple of people, and then we went to the thing. So it was like 4 or 5 hours. I was there for like 4 or 5 hours anyway, and it was like 1 a.m. ish. I got back to my room, I think. So yeah, there was more like leather stuff happening until like 2 a.m. or something in that particular club, but like I was just there for the cigar social part. So yeah, I can't go into those places. Like I said, I would die. My ears would bleed, and I would then pass out, and then I would die. Yeah, it was still. I still had fun. So then we came to the Sunday. So the Sunday, I did the regular piggy picnic in the park and stuff. And then, oh no, I had tea. I had breakfast tea at the Richmond Tea Rooms, which is basically just an Alice in Wonderland themed kind of restaurant that specializes in serving tea, and they also have really good food. And yeah, I had a really nice breakfast there. It was really nice. It was very small, but it was very nice. It was a very small breakfast, but it's fine. It's like one of the main restaurant events places at Bear Bash for some reason. I don't know what it is, but yeah, they host a couple of like breakfasts there for all the bears, and it's always funny to see like bears with sometimes leather braces, suspenders, whatever, or like just wearing bear t-shirts of various kinds, just lined up at the feeding trough at the Richmond Tea Rooms, or drinking tea from 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 cups, teacups, and everything. It's hilarious if you don't know the context. So yeah, it was a bear tea party, and yeah, like they do good breakfasts, and you can ask for extras and stuff. So like I was sated. It was fine. It was fine. So I had that, and then we went to the pool party, which was actually a lot longer than expected because we got like an extra half an hour in the pool, and also um, the bus broke down, and that's when the buffet was supposed to be held. Again, not by me, but somebody else held the buffet, and that's when it was supposed to be held. So I missed the buffet. I didn't go to the buffet this year. Um, I'm a little bit bummed out about it, but at the same time, from what I heard, it was kind of boring anyway. Not many people showed up, and yeah, it kind of flopped. Okay, I'm gonna spill some tea, I guess, here. So the guy who made the guy who took over the buffet thing, he kept setting the buffet in the evening, like sometimes in the deep evening, at like 8 o'clock. He set it at 8 o'clock on the Saturday, and 8 o'clock on the Saturday, like everybody's either doing they're either getting ready for, or they're doing the clubby stuff. They're getting ready for the clubby stuff, for the dancing, or the drinking, or whatever. And that's why I never set it at late at night during the evenings and stuff. Um, so yeah, I'm sorry I lost a few people talking about this, but whatever, I don't care. Um, I always set it in the middle of the day, when usually in between events, or when something is happening, like the sauna's happening, or like just general milling around the pubs kind of stuff, or the pub crawl, or whatever. I normally set it during one of those things, because like not that not many people go to either of these things. It's more of a case of like they can choose whether they want to do that or not. And also I sometimes even have like a second day of buffeting, depending on if we get a second location. But we usually don't get a second location, mostly because like all of the other buffets that people have tried, um, every time I set up a second location, I look into the second location, and it's got mixed reviews, or like people like come to me and say, yeah, we don't want to go to this place because like we've just it doesn't have as much of variety as the regular place that we go to, because the regular place where we hold the buffets is usually an international buffet. It's the Tops buffet in Manchester, and it's an international buffet, and like nobody has had food poisoning from this place. It's pretty good food. It's not great food. It's not like people are going to be raving about this place or anything. It's just that it's got a great variety, and the food is good. The food is good. you know they occasionally have like times when like the sushi's a bit like dry or whatever, or like you know the chicken tikka masala is kind of like keeps getting sold out for some reason. They keep being really slow on replacing some things or whatever. But like apart from that, the food is just good. The food is good. I personally think that the noodles are great. I personally think that the noodles, they they're great. Um, Again, not super amazing, excellent, but they're like it's the best buffet noodles that I've ever had come from this place. And again, they have variety. They have the rice noodles, they have the regular noodles, they have the thick noodles, they just have spaghetti. It's like they they have a variety of noodles. And one of the things that I like to fill up on is noodles, even though the whole point of the buffet and the competition is to basically get the most plates. I still manage to eat. Sorry, guys, but I still manage to eat the most plates, even though every other plate that I have is basically just a big plate of noodles because I like noodles. Their noodles are really good. They're great noodles. I like them. So yeah, so this buffet Tops is really good. And also another reason why I picked the lunchtime is also because the price is a lot cheaper. It's like well, okay, it's like $4 or $5 cheaper. Like it's like $15 like for lunch, and for dinner times, anytime after 5, it's like $20. So yeah, and he, like I said, he picked 8 o'clock at night, possibly when they're busiest. And the reason why he did this, and I understand the reason why he did this. It's because he runs a stall in the market, so like he can't get off of that store until like 5ish, and he wants to do one of the other events or something. So yeah, I guess that's when he thinks that nothing's happening during that time. So yeah. He picked then on a Saturday, and then he moved it. He changed the time of the event to Sunday, right after swimming, which was again in my opinion, it was a bad move. He also wasn't super clear on when it was happening exactly. So yeah, like I said, it was just he changed it. It was just in my opinion, it was a disaster. You know, I'm not trying to shit on the guy, but like, he could have handled that better. Um, Next year I'm bringing the buffet back, and I'm completely, I'm sorry, dude, if you're ever gonna watch this, or if you ever hear about this, like I am sorry. Yeah, like I understand that like certain things are completely out of your control. I get that. I could have been more communicative with you about like what I was doing, but I was very busy and or too like exhausted to basically like come find you every single time. But I did message you, and you didn't really like communicate back to me exactly what was happening. So it's not entirely my fault, and I understand it's not entirely your fault. But like, I don't think I'm going to be um, collaborating with you in the future. I'm not. I'm kind of. I'm cutting communication. I'm done with this. So yeah, like you can do your event, you can do your buffet trip, you can do whatever you want, but I'm done. I'm I'm out. Okay, like I've tried. I've tried collaborating with you. I've tried basically. I've tried in the past basically, like running it for you, and I've tried doing it by myself and letting you advertise it as if you were doing it. But this time, this was kind of like the last straw. I'm going back to just, I'm doing my thing. You can do whatever you want. I'm out. So next year the buffet is back. I'm going to organize it, and I'm going to basically just do it, and it should be back on, and you'll actually have the competition, because I'm not entirely sure he had the competition aspects down either. I think it literally was just a buffet, whereas the whole hog buffet, every year we would go to the buffet, we'd have a competition. My mouth keeps getting really dry. We'd have a competition. Like, if you got the most plates, you get your meal for free. I'm not in the competition. I'm not allowed to be in the competition. I'm the one paying for your free meal if you win. So, you get a free meal, free drink, and basically, like, you get to boast that you ate the most plates. So, yeah. I'm bringing it back next year. Um. Oh shit! Sorry, I didn't see that, Don. Glad you had fun. I wish I didn't live in the middle of nowhere and could go to one of these things. Don, I wish you could too. I kept thinking that. I did keep thinking that. I'm sorry if you're already gone. If you haven't gone, yell. I'm looking at the chat. I'm focused on it while I'm talking now. Um. Yeah. I kept wishing that like a bunch of my friends were here. I kept wishing that basically like in particularly Itchy. I kept thinking during the cigar socials especially that I really would have appreciated my little Chihuahua helper to basically be there, if not just to be with me, but also be there to help and stuff, because I know he would appreciate that and he would love to help. Um, but yeah, I wish that a bunch of people were there, a bunch of my friends were there and stuff like that. And it's just like, it's not in the cards. And I get it. You know, if I basically did like, uh, I'm good at like organizing these kind of events and stuff. So if you want this kind of event where you are, let me know, and also maybe host me so that I can actually like organize this, because like it seems to be popular with all the bears. All the bears like it, you know. It's just a fun time. Like either, you know, either the piggy buffet, the whole hog buffet thing, or the cigar social, or the cigar leather social. You know, they seem to be good hits, and it's like I can imagine this working in other places as well. In the UK, me and Aaron in particular are basically we are trying to expand the idea. We are getting feedback, basically, that we're trying to do about like you know, places that we can actually host something like like Smoke Out in Vegas, but in the UK. And we have an idea. We just kind of need to raise funding a little bit. Like both of us, we need to put some actual investment into it, and actually kind of like we might be able to do kind of a mini smoke out event in the UK. It is possible. It's just that it requires money, and neither of us have a lot of that to spare. One of us doesn't have anything, so yeah. Um, but yeah, like here's the basics of what we are thinking so far, what we've come up with. Basically, um, a campground, because we can't really get a hotel, but basically like a campsite. So it'll be kind of like bears, like a bear kind of fetishy kind of camp kind of ground thing, kind of like the bear camps in America. There's a bunch of bear camps events that happen in America, where basically they have like a campsite, and they kind of just like they all hang out and like host different events in this campsite and stuff, and just kind of just chill, you know. Isn't isn't something like isn't there like a is it Claw or something similar? There's like a really big one. There's a big famous one, and I can't remember the name of it. I don't think it's Claw. I think Claw is actually at a hotel. But but yeah, we're basically just using Bear Bash as kind of a test bed for a bigger event, or kind of like, yeah. And we keep doing it every year, but like I said, eventually we're going to get enough capital to actually host an actual separate event. Currently, Aaron does actually do the cigar social at a different time of the year. Like when Bear Bash isn't happening, he basically has his house, has an open house where like him and mostly his buddies, but also anybody from the Manchester like leather community is invited to his place for a cigar social. And I've seen pictures. I can't go. I can never go because he has a cat, and also he lives in Manchester. So I'm not going to dox him. He lives somewhere near Manchester. Like he's not actually in Manchester, but he lives somewhere near Manchester. And yeah, he actually hosts the cigar socials there during during I think it's September. It's like the end of summer, sometime at the end of summer. And yeah, I've seen pictures of it. It looks great, and I get feedback from it all the time because I help him sort of kind of like advertise it sometimes. And yeah, it looks great. Lucky bastard. I would do something similar here, but I live in the middle of nowhere, so it wouldn't be practical. Also, I don't have a big place, so yeah. So yeah, what Sunday. So the swimming pool thing. So we did the pool party and everything, and that was great. And then after the pool party, I get back. We've eaten because the bus broke down, and next to very close to the pool, there was a KFC. So we had a KFC instead of going to the buffet. We had a KFC at the pool while we were waiting for the replacement bus to bring us back to the city centre where Bear Bash was happening. And yeah, that was nice. That was, as much as the breakdown was like a bummer for a lot of people, the actual like what it turned out to be was actually pretty good, because I mean, like, there was a bunch of us that stuck around, and we actually hung out at the KFC, and we, like, a bunch of bears, kind of like in semi-wet clothing, because we just been to the pool party, like just hanging out at KFC, and just chatting and just talking about what we're gonna do once we get back from this and everything. Um, so it was actually kind of fun. So like I don't know why I just actually enjoyed that. Maybe I was running off of the high still from the day before, because everything went so great the day before. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, we came back, and we did like a couple of the pub stuff, and then we had the third part, the final part, the finale of the cigar social, and that was on Sunday, and it was just me and Aaron. And we'd always planned to basically on the Sunday to basically do the Cigar Social Classic, where we would hang out in the park and just me and him, and just having cigars and just talking and stuff. We did go to the park. Nobody was there, even though we basically said that we'd probably do it in the park, to a bunch of the people the day before, but nobody was there. But it was still cool. We had a couple of people like message us saying that they would be around the REM bar, which is right opposite the park. So what happened is that we actually went outside of the REM bar, and it's it's kind of it's not against the law. It's just that it's against the policy of the REM bar to basically let people smoke in the seating area just outside of the REM bar. However, nobody cares. People do it all the time. I did it today. So me and Aaron hid behind one of the trees, basically, and we got a table that was just behind one of the trees, and we just talked. And yeah, like people did show up, and they did hang out, and like we had like a cigar social. It was usually like 3 or 4 people at a time, would come by, have a quick drink or chat with us, and then basically like they would leave, and they'd be replaced by other people and stuff like that. But mostly it was just me and Aaron, and like I said, it was really good. It's always good to hang out with that guy. I really do. Like, I forget how much I miss him when I'm not around him. He's one of those kind of friends, you know. It's it's so annoying that we live really far away from each other. Um, but yeah, it's like, oh, it's it was just really good. It was just really good. There's 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 a 2-part video where I got like a video of me hanging out outside of the REM, with my cigar, and just again to take a video, and then he saw that I was taking a video. I said to him, it's in the video. I said to him, "Do you want to be in it?" So like we have a video of us together, and I think that's on Discord. Yeah, that's the one I posted to Discord because it was very very quick. I did tell him like it's just a quick 30-second video, just us together, kind of like a picture, and it's just yeah. He abused that situation. but it was still funny. He was still funny and sweet. So yeah, it's Aaron. But yeah, eventually Aaron had to leave because he had to work the next day, and I met up with my buddy Jake. Oh my god, I'm hoping James. Is it James? No, it's Jake. It's a J name. I don't remember names, but he's a really sweet guy, and he hung out with me for a long time. I did have a couple of friends also hang out with me for a while after Aaron had left, and yeah, I ended up staying up until like 1 a.m. again, um, just outside, which was probably a bad thing because it was really cold, and I was like, I'm gonna get a cold or something because of this. But the next morning I was fine, so I don't get it. Um, yeah, and then Monday happened, like today, and today was all about food. I seem to be making up for like all the food that I missed out on today. Like every time that I missed a meal or like just had a quick meal instead, um, over the weekend was made up for today. Today was continuously eating and being completely fine with it, which I know sounds like I'm surprised by that fact, but like I was expecting to be full or to at least have that really satisfied full feeling. That never happened. Whenever somebody offered me food today, I ate it and I wasn't full up. And I was surprised by that. So I'm going to go over this real quick after I have another swig. Oh, the last of my. I'm going to have to go get some more fizzy. So here we go. So today, I woke up and I was feeling a bit bummed out because, like, the event's over and it's like I was trying to focus on planning the next one. I was trying to focus on planning the next one, and also like I was answering messages from people who had already left and stuff. And I was just chilling in the park because I do that because it's usually very quiet and chill in the park. It's a nice piece of nature in the middle of Manchester. It's always nice. Even if the homeless people are like there. And I don't mean like I hate homeless people. I mean that that sounds really bad. I mean that like the homeless people are there, and I don't want to disturb the ones that are sleeping on benches, and I don't want to basically be harassed all the time by the ones that are awake and really want to talk to you, even though the whole reason why I'm in the park is that I want some peace and quiet and to not talk to anybody and just to answer my mail on my phone. Hey, Panda Fox. Um, and like some of them are really loud, and they really they're really drunk. And I'm not saying all homeless people, by the way. I'm saying that the people that were yelling at me, asking me if I wanted or had drugs, or like asking me if I wanted or had alcohol, like those ones in particular were irritating as fuck when I was just there to chill. you know um But I mean, it didn't happen all the time, and like I said, I still like the park, so it was okay. Um, yeah, so there was this was happening, and then uh, like the people everybody I was staying with and Damon like wanted to go have breakfast at like this one pub place, and we missed breakfast basically. Like we were at the cutoff time for breakfast. So I basically hadn't had a steak dinner for a long time. So I was going to be cheeky, and I didn't think I would be able to eat much for the rest of the day until until we went and had dinner at like 5. So like this was around about midday-ish that everybody woke up and was ready for breakfast, except for me. Like I've been awake for a long time already. I was walking around the park for a long time, and I also met with a bunch of people as well, like before I got to the park even. So that was nice. But yeah, so I had a steak with and I also had garlic bread and a few sides and everything, and that was really filling, really nice, really needed that. Hadn't had a steak dinner for a long time. It was like it was a nice topper, for the end of Bear Bash. Um, and I should mention that on Sundays, I mean not on Sundays, on Mondays at Bear Bash, one of the last things they do at Bear Bash is an event called the last piece of the action. So what it is basically a pizza party that's held at 2 o'clock at the Rem Bar. Again, at the Rem Bar, the Rembrandt. Um, and who was hosting it this time? It was Moody Bear, one of my best buddies, the guy who designs the shirts and everything. Um, So yeah, he was handing out pizzas and stuff, and like he was doing it early, and everybody was going back to the room to basically, everybody that I was with, like we went from breakfast, they went to the room, I went to the Rem Bar, and I was gonna hold them a table because sometimes like this pizza party thing, it it gets packed really early, so like I found us a table and I held it and we stay at so I was sitting at a table alone and um Moody Bear comes up again early and he gives me a pizza. He gives me a whole pizza. It's a 10-inch pizza. It's like this big. He gives me a whole pizza and he said just in case we run out in there, and then he goes away and he basically like mingles and like talks to people inside the Rem Bar. And so I eat the pizza. I ate a whole mini pizza. Well, again, not that many. On top of my steak, my steak dinner and the sides, I have a pizza, and I'm very happy. Just like checking in on the boys and stuff while they're coming from the room. Eventually, I tell them that I've got a table and everything, and that there's pizza. The pizza thing is happening early and everything. And yeah, when I finished my pizza, well, I was on the last slice of my pizza. Um, he comes out and he brings me another pizza, and he says, "This is for when they come. You shouldn't have eaten that. I bought you a pizza so that when the guys come, like you can share the pizza." And I was like, "Yeah, I know, Moody, but you know this. If you put food in front of me, I'm gonna eat it." So I'm wedged in a chair. I'm I'm wedged in the chair, leaning back like this with my belly out. And he pats me on the tummy. He says, "I know." And he puts another pizza on the table. And he says, "This is for everybody." So I don't eat the last slice of this pizza because that was a meat lover's pizza, and the one that he put on the table just then was just a margarita. It was just a cheese pizza. I I eat all but one slice of that pizza. um, and then the guys actually do show up, and they all sit on the table, and then Moody Bear, he comes out with the last pizza, and also he's got like a box as well. And he explains to us that he's gonna sit down and chill and talk with us, and just hang out with us for a bit before he has to go, and like the event's over. So fair enough, he can have a rest finally. He's been very busy and stuff, and everybody's too full from eating just like a couple, an hour ago. But me, I mean, I was getting full up, but I was able to still eat. It wasn't stopping me from still eating. So, like, not only did I finish off the two slices that I'd saved for these guys, but also ate the rest of this pizza, which was just a veggie pizza, and um, and I didn't eat Moody's pizza. He got to take that home. He kept the box very really close to him, so I didn't get that. So that's something. And so I had like three pizzas, like three 10-inch pizzas, like that big. Just three of those on top of a steak dinner. And I'm very satisfied. I could still eat. I still felt like I could definitely eat. So I'm very satisfied. Outside the REM bar, just laying like that, like kind of rubbing my tummy every now and again, having my tummy rubbed by Damon and by Moody and by and again by a couple of other people. Ian was there as well. My buddy Ian was there as well. He came by and gave my tummy a rub, and I gave him a hug when I managed to uncork myself from the chair. And then, and then, so I told you today was all about food, and I'm very happy about that. Um, and then I had like an hour's rest, and so basically like everybody's talking and chilling and just and stuff. And like I broke the no smoking rule outside of the REM again, and I had this pipe. This pipe is still it's still got tobacco in it from when I was in the REM bar, just just chilling outside the REM bar, just like a fat hobbit, basically, waiting with watching the other bears leave from Bear Bash, saying goodbye to various people. Um, just just it was a really nice chill like ending to it. And again, 1 hour, and then we went to dinner, and we went back to the Richmond tea rooms to actually have tea, and we had afternoon tea. And again, you Americans, you don't know this, but tea is a meal. When afternoon tea is a meal, you have dinner and then tea. Tea is like it's a whole meal. It's kind of like a second lunch. You have lunchy kind of stuff for tea with tea, right? So yeah, I had more food. Like we sat down in these chairs, which I swear to God, like groaned a little bit when I sat down on one. Um, at least it felt like that. Um, yeah, and I ordered a lot, and I ate a lot. I had to take pictures for my mother because basically these tea rooms is something that my mother wants to go, and actually she wants to. Well, next time she's in Manchester, she wants to actually come and do that. So I can actually just quickly show you guys. Like I could probably post this on Discord and stuff as well, but Like that's not me. That's my buddy James. He's Damon's. He's one of Damon's. He's Damon's pup, I think. Yeah. Um, but yeah, I'm sitting right here. By the way, I'm that's me. And these are towers of sandwiches. Like there's a plate of sandwiches, there's a plate of scones, and there's a plate of cakes, and basically, like that's tea, and of course in the teapots is like various like different blends of different kinds of teas that you can have. But yeah, like you can order like whatever one these are called and stuff. Like I had the Queen's tea, which was like a layer of like basically two sandwiches, but they're cut into finger sandwiches, various fillings, really nice, and then you get a couple of scones, which are what Americans would call biscuits. They're basically biscuits that we don't put gravy on. We basically cut them in half and then like put jam and clotted cream on it, and maybe sometimes butter, and then you eat it. Duh. And then like the top layer is individual cakes, like really tiny cakes. And there's a variety of those. It's like 4 or 5 of those. And like I said, I ate. We say scones too. No, I know. I had a huge argument / conversation with an American about this already, this weekend, in fact, about your scones. They're basically just biscuits. Anyway, so I ate that, and then I had like some of like a small McDonald's as well we when we drove back to my mother-in-law's place. So yeah, because I didn't want her to cook anymore, and I didn't know when exactly we were leaving there because we got there at like almost midnight ish, and then we drove back here. So yeah, I've got an itchy back. So yeah, today was all about food, and I was very happy, and I was very satisfied. However, I could have eaten more. I could have definitely eaten more. Ugh. So I had a really itchy spot on my back, and it's so good because I could have just done this when I was at Manchester, but it's uncouth to basically go to a restaurant and then use their fork as a scratching implement. Oh my god, it's so good. It's uncouth. It's ill-mannered and all that stuff. Okay. So, I'm not going to name names, but I got a couple of propositionedness is whatever those are. Whilst I was at Bear Bash, essentially my American buddy, who really likes socks and feet and stuff, he was there this time, and he's got a couple of my socks now. He's got a couple more of my socks to take back with him and stuff like that. But he propositioned me because he wants to go to Vegas with me at some stage, but also like he wants me to come to visit him and stuff. It's a shame that Don's not here because like I could totally do that, and maybe even see Don and stuff. So that's potentially going to happen within the next couple of years, maybe. Although he's talked about this before, so I'm not getting my hopes up for this one so much. One of my buddies who I haven't seen for a long time, well, a long time. I saw him like a couple of years ago, a year and a half ago. But yeah, Like, he kind of kept hinting at, although he didn't outright say, but he kept really hinting. I had to keep asking him to clarify what he meant, but he basically offered to like host me for an indeterminate amount of time, almost as if he was inviting me to live there, at least temporarily, maybe. And I know from experience that this guy is like a really, he's a really good friend for one thing, but also he's a really good feeder. So I might just stay there for like a good vacation / for lots of good content. He knows about my content. He is in enjoyer of my Just for Fans content. So, like, again, it's another proposition that I'm totally okay with. So that's two. But also, um, I met up with a gorgeous German guy. Like, oh my god, he is stunning. Like, he's tall, which isn't usually my thing. But he has a glorious mustache. Oh my god, he's a glorious mustache. He's cute as fuck. Um, he's got a very impressive barrel belly as well. Like, he's very nicely built, you know. And absolutely, he's got a lederhosen. He hasn't shown me a picture of him in a lederhosen, but I really want to see that. Like, one of the things, you know, that does it's one of my head turners. You know, guys in lederhosen or Santas. Like, that's one of those are my head turners. If he grew a beard out, he could totally be a Santa. Like, he would be a really good Santa. Oh my god. Anyway, he really wants me to come visit him in Germany, and also basically invited me to Oktoberfest, which is something I've always wanted to do. Even I've heard all the horror stories, I still want to go. I don't care. I want to do Oktoberfest. It sounds awesome. And also invited me to come get a lederhosen, like actually measured and actually have one. Actually have a proper one that fits and everything. So, like, I'm definitely taking him up on that offer. However, this Oktoberfest this year, I can't actually go to that one because, uh, well, Itchy's coming to house sit with me. So I'm like, either Itchy's coming to house sit with me, or I'm house sitting this September for my mother for a couple of weeks. So yeah, I need another drink, but I'm out. My Pepsi Max is empty. So I got at least 3 semi-serious propositions. So, like, I've got 3 really good things to look forward to, or at least 2 really good things to look forward to. So, like, I was just very happy, and I was very sad that it ended. But my God, had a good time. Had a really good time. So yeah, I've posted everything from the cigar socials on Discord, and also I posted the videos on Instagram and on my Facebook, and yeah, I was gonna hunt for pictures. Like, now, I was gonna do a quick search for pictures, because there were people that were coming around and like taking pictures and everything. The Manchester Bears Association that runs Bear Bash, like, they have a photographer guy that walks around and takes pictures and stuff. He was actually at the Cigar Social, and he took a bunch of pictures. He was doing individual pictures, and he also did like group shots as well. So, like, I know they're out there. I know they exist. It's just that I haven't seen them yet. I've seen a bunch of other of the Man Bears pictures. You can find them on Facebook if you follow or you just if you if you go to the Man Bears page on Facebook, the Manchester Man Bears Association, whatever it's called. If you go to the Man Bears page, then you can actually see pictures from the event. They mostly have pictures of the actual like event itself. Event. Basically the club nights and all of that stuff. So if you want to get to the cigar pictures, the cigar social pictures, or the leather social pictures, then you're gonna have to really search. Like I'm gonna have to do. Again, I was gonna do that now with you guys, but I got a feeling that might be boring. So yeah. But yeah, they, like I said, they have photographers that just like at least one photographer. It was always the same guy I kept seeing around. But yeah, I never got a picture when he was asking like for people to take pictures of individual people. Dude, I'm not boring. When he came to take, because he likes to take pictures of individual people and groups. Whenever he came to take picture of me, I kept saying no, and there's a reason for this. The reason is that he came to a couple of the previous cigar socials, and he did this at me, kind of like I was peer pressured into getting my picture taken to get everybody else to get theirs taken and stuff like that. Like me and Aaron were usually the first ones because we're the hosts to basically go up and get our picture taken. He I really hate the pictures he took of me. I really don't like them. I don't know what it is, but it's just that he doesn't seem to. Oh my god, that sounds so vain. Like he doesn't get my best side. Whatever. Like I can't take a good picture of me. I can't just take a picture of myself. I can't take good pictures of myself. One of the reasons why I do the pick dumps and why I do the pick farming and stuff like that is because like I can actually control which frames are good to look at. My mouth is so dry. Get some saliva going. It's because I'm talking almost non-stop. So yeah. If you want, do you really want to go through the pictures with me? Really? Oh, I don't know if is it going to be bad if I do that on YouTube? If I share my screen, or should I? Can I put slides up? I think I found a way to do this. Oh, here we go. Media and assets. Right. Got backgrounds. um, got the logo, but yeah, there's no. Yeah, it's not letting me do. I swear it used to be able to, like, how explicit are they? Well, they're on Facebook, so they. I mean, I don't think they're that explicit. Let me just try with this one picture. Let me just see if I can actually. Okay, I can. Okay, it lets me do it. Right, so if I get a picture, then yeah. So I can have a look then. So how have you been, Panafolks? You got too excited from something? You gonna elaborate? Oh, cool. I thought you meant the other type of excited. My buddy Phil posts pictures. I remember him taking a picture of me, so I'm just looking through his pictures real quick. There's so many. Did you like the ones with me solo and me and Aaron together? I thought those were. I thought that video in particular was just really, really sweet. Like I look good. I look good in the one when I'm sat down. I look good in that video, and I usually don't think I look good at all. Yeah, but then there's that one, and then the one with me and it's on Facebook. It's not on Discord. The one with me and Aaron. There's a part one of that video. I don't think he's posted it yet. It didn't think he posted it yet. What if I just look on his posts? 7 hours ago. Well, I am planning on basically like putting all of these together. Bear bash like videos. Just putting all of the videos together and stuff. I'm gonna edit that. I'm gonna edit that tomorrow probably after I've had a sleep. Yeah, he hasn't posted the pictures yet. Oh my god. Yeah, I might have to wait like a week before I get all of the pictures together. Okay, let's have a look at Mambeth. I basically just went on Facebook and clicked on the first people that I saw. Oh, that's funny. That is 2019. Okay. I did not mean to go onto Discord. No, I meant to go onto this. Can I copy and paste? Nope. I'm already gonna have to share the screen I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna go low tech. My phone's gonna fall over and destroy everything. That's my buddy Phil. This is 2019. That's actually a pretty good picture of me. I think that was when I was at one of my peak weights as well. Sometimes I have like times when I'm closer to 350 than I am 310 or 320. I feel like currently I'm around about like 320 ish, 310 maybe. I'm not at my peak weight, but yeah, because I've been hovering between these two weights. But yeah, there I can like I was working out as well, so like my neck was stronger and thicker, and you could just tell I'm a bit chunkier. Oh, you mean in the background? Like you can hear that? No, those are pigeons because the sun's coming up. Those are pigeons. Anyway. Oh my god, sorry. Oh, sorry, bartender was in a picture, and I was really, really just, I was terrified just now because bartender's like somebody that I used to really, really super fancy. I still do. He's a big Santa bear now. But yeah, I just wanted to click and see if he was if like because I didn't see him at Bear Bash this year, and I thought I'd see him at Bear Bash this year. And immediately, like the first post on his Facebook profile is like, "I'm so sorry you died socially." He's still alive. He's just not on. He's not. He's not. He's not been doing social media anymore. Anymore. That was scary, you guys. Jesus. Anyway, right. Yes. What am I looking for? Ian. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look for man bears manually. I'm gonna have to search Facebook. Ugh. Right, so if I find any pictures, I'm gonna save them and then I'm gonna like show you guys. Assuming Panafox that you're gonna be here for the whole thing. If you're not gonna be here, then I might as well just go now. Why do you have to? You're not gonna have to do this. Photos. Can I just see all photos? Or will I miss some out? Yeah, like I said, just give me a poke and tell me when you want to do it, and like I will be ready. Or I'll tell you if I'm busy or not. Yeah, this is going to take forever. I'm just going to scroll. Because a lot of the pictures are from the other events, so I've got to find. That's from the market. Oh, seriously. Is there a way to just see a big chunk? Really? Well, I don't want to go through every single picture individually. I want to see a big grid of them. But if you click on the the photo section of a Facebook page, then it it doesn't seem to give you all the pictures. Like there's last year's pictures. Oh, I know I failed at talking just now. I failed so bad. Like, if you want to know who Moody Bear is, the guy who makes the t-shirts, it's the guy in the middle. That's Moody. That's him sitting down, by the way. He's like 7 feet tall. He's huge. It's crazy. Also, this is my buddy Trevor. This is my buddy Trevor. He's the one that I might go live with for a little while. But yeah, he's one of my bestest friends. I've known him. Well, he's one of my oldest friends. So yeah. But yeah, I think these pictures were taken on the day of the official one. See what I mean? They're not separated out. This is from all the merch stuff. But yeah, there's Moody. There's Moody again. These are all of the prints that he does for t-shirts. But yeah, he's a sweet guy. He's a really sweet guy. Yeah. YouTube's gonna kill me. It's just art and pictures, guys. It's not anything serious. It's just a stained glass window. It didn't mean anything. Come on, these are from the day. Come on, get past this bit. The photographer was somewhere else as well. He totally was somewhere else, you guys. On this day, every time I think that he goes outside, it cuts back to inside. Oh look, there's that's so funny. I mean, why is he always sitting down? Is it because whenever he stands up, he's just out of the frame? Is that what's happening? But yeah, there's Damon. That's mine. That guy's my one. He's mine. He's mine. He looks so handsome. He's leather shirt. He's leather shirt. But yeah, see that's Damon, and that's one of that's James. That's one of Damon's pups, and I guess he's my friend as well. He's not my pup. He's Damon's pups. And that's Moody. Moody again. But yeah, we're never gonna get out of this place, are we? Granted, there are like well, there they are again. Granted, there are like 100 pictures in this section. Are we repeating them? Okay, we're repeating them. What's the date over there? It's the 6th. It's the 6th. Look, that's us advertised and everything. Happy birthday, dude! Right, so, oh my god. So those are the pictures that we just went through all the pictures in this bit. Which means that these are the next bit. These are supposed to be the next day pictures, but they could include pictures of the thing. But I don't want to go through all of these pictures. There's so many. we'll try. Again, there should only be pictures that are available on Facebook, so there should not be any freaky pictures. Wait a minute. No, it's not who I thought it was. Should be any freaky ones. We have to get past all of the clubby ones. So many clubby ones. So many. I don't know all these people. Hey, look, there's Patch. That's Patch. That's what he looks like now. With his tattoos and stuff. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, I know this. I can't remember this guy's name, but he was really sweet. There's Moody again. Oh no, Facebook is having trouble. Oh, these two are my buddies from America. They're really sweet. But this is the guy that basically wants to take me to Fort Lauderdale. So yeah. Oh my god. The theme this year was American Pie reunion, so everybody's like in like high school stuff. I feel like we've seen these pictures before. Yeah, we'll go back to the beginning. Okay. I'm annoyed. What are you doing? There we go. I'm annoyed. The pictures are not here. I don't know why they're taking so long. Should be here. Anyway, if you're on Facebook, this is the Man Bears official page, and it's basically on Facebook, and it's rubbish apparently. So yeah, great. He looks good. I don't know who looks good. What, my American buddies? My American buddies, they look good. He is very sweet. Oh, Patch. Yeah, I guess. I'm not into the like. I'm not into the bleached beard look so much. It just looks incredibly yellow. It's very, very bright, Like I'm totally okay with that. That's the look he's going with and stuff like that. Just like personally, I'm not really into that. I don't understand why he. Well, I guess I understand if that's the look he's going for, then yes. But from what I understand, originally, the reason why he did that was because he wanted to try to get like a bleached white hair kind of look. But it when you bleach hair, especially dark hair, it turns yellow instead. And he liked it, so that's why he's still got it, because I thought he was growing it back out, to his natural color. But like, hey, again, like I said, it's not my personal favorite look and stuff like that. It's just, yeah, like an old guy. I think that's what the original intention was. I think the original intention was he did it for one of the Christmases, and then basically like it didn't turn out the way he wanted, but he kept it anyway. And now he does seem to be continuously bleaching it. So now my shoulders are itchy. There we go. Yeah. Oh, stop. Enough. Although I guess it's really early in the morning and I should get some sleep, but at the same time, one of my nails just broke off. At the same time, I kind of want to get everything sorted and get all the pictures and stuff. I'm going to ask Aaron in the morning. Later. I'm going to ask Aaron later if he knows what happened to the Bear Bash. The Bear Bash photographer was all over the event. He was taking lots of pictures and everything. I don't know why. I'm also going to ask Phil where the picture of me went, although I think he's just a bit slow on updating his profile. So yeah, because my buddy Phil, he takes a picture whenever he meets somebody. He literally, like, when he's saying goodbye, he's like, "Oh, can I get a picture?" Like, that's just what he does. So yeah, he did that a couple of times to me while we were in Manchester. So yeah. I'm trying to think of. Oh, here's the video that wasn't posted on. This video of me being all fat outside the REM bar. But it's like, it's one of the only times when I actually feel like I look good. Both like the face wise, attitude wise, and like just angle wise and everything. It's one of the only times I actually feel like I took almost a perfect video. So yeah, that will be included in the video. But that's the part one to the one that's already on Discord of me and Aaron. But that was the final shot of Cigar Social. So yeah. Oh, my buddy did buy me a bunch of food. My American buddy, he likes watching me eat, so he bought me a ton of food. And this is me blowing on. I don't know what I'm blowing on. Like a piece of cheese or something? Like a cheesy bite? But he said that I look really good there, and I'm like, I don't see it, but thank you. I should post that picture as well. But yeah. But yeah. I'll do it now. Hey, Panafolks, now you've got a You've got the context for the roommates thing, I guess. So that's something. What are you doing for your birthday? Ooh, do man bears have an Instagram account? Well, that's helpful. They do, however, they don't seem to have a. It's literally just a lot of advertising. But you don't know what you're doing? Okay. Well, if it's going to be the next day, then, like, I will probably be streaming. They should hire a furry artist to make a logo. What do you mean? They have those. You know that, right? You know that basically the guy who is who does the custom, like, custom, he the Moody Bear is the guy who does, like, the logos and stuff. The shirt guy, the guy who makes the guy who makes all the shirts and stuff. You know, the furry art that's on the shirts and stuff. If you go to man bears, if you go to moodybear.com, then you'll see like a bunch of the designs from on the shirts and stuff, and they are basically like furry drawings of bears and stuff. So yeah, I keep saying and stuff. Stop saying and stuff. But yeah, they already have a furry artist. Like like their graphics are sorted and covered. I think I'm ready to, well, A, go get some more fizzy, and then play on the computer for a tiny bit. Ugh, ugh. And then I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed because I am tired. It is like nearly 6 a.m. So, yeah. So, anybody got anything they want to say or ask me? Now is the time. Happy birthday again, Panafox. You're 28. You are actually 10 years younger than me, I think. Yeah. I know we probably worked this out in the past already, but Yeah. It's so weird. You're coming up to your 30th. I'm coming up to my 40th. Are we going to actually meet on our both of our special birthdays? Or are we just not? Is that just not destined to happen ever? Who knows? I do know one thing. If I do manage to actually get to go to any of these proposed, you know, proposals that I've had, that basically this is going to get bigger. And I'm okay with that. Oh my god, I got like a spot on my tummy. That's bad. See, that's why you should definitely shower after swimming. You get owies on your tummy. It's already a dead spot, I think it is. Yeah. But like I said, I'm gonna be okay with that, I think. Right. Okay. Bye for now. Toodles.